Please welcome to the program now from the great state of Texas, Congressman Ron Paul. Good morning, Congressman Paul.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
So how are things? Do you represent any part of Texas that's going to be affected by this oil spill?
Well, let's hope not, but I do have about 200 miles of the coast, from Galveston on down to Corpus Christi, so I have a lot. And we're vulnerable to hurricanes. That's probably going to be a slightly bigger threat to us this spring and summer than probably the oil. But nobody seems to be able to predict exactly where the oil will go. Sometimes they say just up along Louisiana, then they talk about Florida, then they talk about the Atlantic Ocean. But I guess it remains to be seen.
How do you think everybody's handling this? The oil company, the president, everybody.
Well, I'm a pretty strong critic of the president because he likes big government and, socialized medicine, this sort of thing. But, I just don't see the justifications for coming down hard on the president. And I think it represents the idea that the American people think the president is everything to everybody, that he can fix oil leaks. I mean, and then somebody says, well, the government should do more. I said, well, I'm in the government. I don't know anything about fixing oil leaks. But I thought, I was a strong critic of President Bush, too, especially, on the foreign policy. But when he got this horrendous blame, for the inefficiency of a bureaucracy that has been around for a long time and taking care of Katrina, I thought that was overkill. In the same way, I think in this area, I think it's overkill on criticizing the president. I can find a lot more things to be critical of the president. I think have a lot more significance and probably involves a lot more loss of life than what we're putting up with right now.
This may seem frivolous. In fact, I had an unfortunate, ugly conversation with Chris Wallace of Fox News earlier this morning about this, when I simply expressed the view of many people that the president should go into a fireside chat mode, or remember when Bill Clinton used to run around and hug people and bite his lip, or even a better example, President Reagan speaking to the nation after the Challenger catastrophe, that the president would be better served showing more empathy, that in surprising ways that would help at least psychologically for children and many of these other people who are out of work.
I think that's a great suggestion. I mean, all of us like to have our hands held once in a while, if we get fearful and frightened, we don't understand things. But I think he could do that by actually talking to the governors and saying, hey, what's the problem here? And a governor, might say, well, there's a bureaucracy out there that impedes us. We'd like to do A, B, and C, but we have to wait and get permission from the federal government. So the bureaucracy is so big, the laws are there, but, they do a lot of bending of the rules for other reasons. So I would say, hey, look, if the governor of Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi have some ideas and the people are behind it and the oil company's not doing anything about it, he could say, not only do I care about these beaches and the wetlands, but I'm going to help you get the bureaucracy out of your way. And that would maybe accomplish something very positive. At the same time, it would do what you're suggesting, show a little empathy.
So you're suggesting and agreeing with me that Chris Wallace, which is so far out of line, that a waterboarding incident would be appropriate for him. And maybe that's going too far, right?
Yeah, I'm a man of nonviolence.
Oh, okay.